Our next speaker will show us how editorial teams can bring story planning together with content discovery and content organization to be more efficient. And I would like to extend a warm welcome to Bastian Metz, Managing Director of Sternwald Systems. Welcome, Bastian, on stage. Bastian. And the stage is yours. We're looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you, Astrid. Okay, my name is Bastian. I'm one of the managing directors of Sternwald, and I will show you integration, how we think it's really cool to integrate Kordiam to our DAM system huGO, or we call it Content Operations Platform nowadays. But at first, maybe a short introduction for all who don't know Sternwald. We are a bunch of 50 people based in Dresden, Würzburg, and Düsseldorf here in Germany, and working for newsrooms and publishers for at least 25 years, a little bit more, to be honest. And yeah, we have two core services we can deliver. The first and the most important service is our content operations platform huGO. We're taking care of all the editorial assets you need as a raw material to create new assets, and also the produced assets can be stored in huGO, that you have all your content in one place. And all the produced content finds also its way back to huGO, that you can distribute it, that you can operate it or make it searchable, and also make it monetizable for your digital products. And yeah, the second thing we are doing and delivering is e-paper solutions for the news and local publishers for over, let's say, 100 newspaper titles around Germany and especially in Switzerland. So yeah, some of our customers you can see on the screen, and I think almost any one of them, not all, but most of them are using Kordiam for editorial planning, and they have all some use cases in common. So these use cases we discuss with our customers, we get in touch with them, or they get in touch with us, talking about how can we streamline our editorial workflow from the content planning. We're working with Kordiam, and you have all the assets in huGO, so let's talk about what we can do to be more efficient. The use cases we identified is, the first use case is, which content do I have for my story? So I plan the story, huGO, show me what we have for this topic, let's say, or this story. How can we bring the story planning together with asset collections in the DAM system in huGO? To be more efficient, to be more connected, to streamline the research process. And also something could happen. Not every story begins in Kordiam, in my eyes. Sometimes you will find input in your DAM system, because agency articles are running into the system, pictures are running something else, or reporters outside posting new stuff, and you find it, identify it, and will say, okay, this is something I have to create a new story for in Kordiam to be streamlined in my process. Yeah, and the last thing is, a lot of customers using Kordiam to upload assets. That's a really cool feature, especially for external users, external reporters. They're going into the Kordiam, uploading pictures, articles, and so on. It would be nice if we can store this in the DAM system too. So I prepared a little demo for all these use cases and try to explain it on the screen. And yeah, let's start. I hope every one of you knows this view. What you can see at first is that we have added some custom fields, like fields for the URL to huGO collections, fields for the search I will show you in a moment, and also these custom fields are available for all the tasks for create me an article, collect pictures, and so on. So let's start here. I go to the search, and what happens now? Let me just stop it. You jump to huGO, and huGO starts a search with the content or the information you have in the Kordiam story. You only have the title, maybe the slug line, and this is something huGO can deliver. For sure, you can do traditional searches, search for text and so on, but you also can do the rec search, like a semantic search, and this is better because you can get better results because you maybe have just less information. In my example, I will try to create a story about hybrid cars in 2025. huGO shows you some assets fitting to your search term. Identify them. What also happens because when the story is created in Kordiam, we start. I stop one moment. We start to gather the story and create a collection in huGO, a collection where you can store your pictures, your assets, your articles, your photos, pictures, videos, and so on. And this is directly connected to the Kordiam story. So you don't have to take care of this. And also you can jump from Kordiam directly into the collection. So let's move on. So I identified some articles. Okay, so these are great. Bring them into the collection on the left side. Okay, so the articles are in. And what you can see here is that you have also the call back to Kordiam. So we have the information which Kordiam story is connected to this collection, and you can jump between the systems. So it's really streamlined, really easy, and some customers of us are still using this for a long time and like it. So let's turn it around now, because as I said, not every story begins in Kordiam. Maybe you have found some new assets, new articles, maybe some new agency information, and you decide to make a story of. So the source of this information could be huGO, and it would be nice to create also a story out of this asset. So let's start. In this case, it's the same search. I'll say, okay, this is a cool article. I want to create a story. huGO helped me to generate a slug, generate a title, and just create a story. And yeah, you're starting with your workflow in Kordiam again. The cool thing is you also have the collection, and we also put your found article or your source article or your source asset directly in the corresponding collection, so that you don't lose information anywhere. So the next case, one moment. As I said, when you use Kordiam to upload assets, one question, who is uploading assets in Kordiam for a story? Nobody? I could not believe it. Okay, I saw two sides. Yeah, but the good thing in my eyes is just use Kordiam to organize your external employees, your external reporters to deliver the assets. Let's do this. For example, I have the story here. I also have the photo task. I'm a photographer. I need to upload my photos. Okay, let's store the photo here and save it. So at this point, normally, it's nice that you have the picture there, but maybe you need it in your DAM system, in your editorial system to proceed to start creating the content. huGO takes care. All the assets are uploaded here or also automatically will be stored in huGO. And also, the same thing happens here. So this is the picture in huGO. The picture will be put into the corresponding collection, and the collection is connected to Kordiam. So we have no loss and no, let's say, barrier you have to go over to do it manually. Yeah, and that's pretty much it in my eyes. So what can we learn out of this integration? The interaction of your story planning and content research or the gathering process boosts efficiency. You know what I mean. It's a hard word. And because you don't have the breaks between systems, no barriers you have to move on, it's done all automatically. The story creation is more streamlined because you can prepare as good as possible, or you are prepared as good as possible. Because you can do all the stuff needed before, check your raw materials, collect them somewhere, organize them, and bring them into the story. Could be happen in one streamlined process. Also, you reduce your content silos because you don't need to know where your content is because everything is in the DAM. That's the core feature or the core asset of a DAM system. And those integrations will help you to centralize your assets. And, it's my personal opinion, use your DAM wherever you need it in your editorial workflow, in your content creation or supply chain workflow. Please don't use it just for storing old stuff you don't need. That's not the feature of a DAM system because, in our eyes, huGO is a content operations platform and helps you in every step of the process. Yeah, and that's it. Enjoy it. I would happy to get in touch with you. If you have any question, I'm here today and tomorrow. Would be nice to talk with you. If you're interested in our own development, how we see the evolution of digital asset management systems to modern AI-powered content operation systems, feel free to get to the QR code, and we will provide you with some information about our own development, how we want to proceed with huGO in the future of publishing. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Bastian. We quickly give the audience the chance to ask questions. Are there any questions? In the third row, please wait for the hand microphone. Thank you very much.
Hello. You said it's possible that the editors begin in huGO, making the research, and you have got an asset collection, and you can link it to the Kordiam entry. So what would happen if you do this, and after then somebody will upload pictures? It's going to the same one, or is it possible to have two collections?
Sure, you have multiple collections. You have, let's say, one base collection for the story itself, and for every task you can have sub-collections. So it's able to identify, maybe you have different tasks for photographers and so on, and you don't want to mix the files together, so it's able to organize it. It's organized in huGO, and every asset you're uploading in the story is also in the huGO collection at the end.
Thank you for your question. Any more questions? Here.
Hello. Are you thinking about image recommendations? So you've entered a story into Kordiam, and then you're querying your DAM. You talked about the semantic search capabilities. Have you got sort of picture feeds coming in, and might you be able to then say, hey, you're doing a story on the top 10 electric cars. Here are some pictures of some Hyundais, some Kias, etc. Are you exploring anything in that space?
Yes, huGO is able to do this because we have a feature called similarity search, which is able to do the recommendations based on the semantics at the end. And we also implemented this, for example, in Living Docs. Living Docs, you're writing your article, and you click an AI assistant link, and huGO says, okay, for this article, for the text you have written at this point, I can provide you with the best 5 fitting pictures, for example, or articles and so on.
Any more questions? Bastian, at the last point, tell us, when is it available for customers?
It's available in summer this year, so it's almost ready. And we will we are able to finish it in the summer, in the next days or weeks.